Nothing beats easy to make meals, especially when they're delicious and all of the ingredients are easy to get. In this one, we're going to be doing a coconut chicken curry with a nice kaffir lime rice, so let's get straight into it. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Alright guys, there's not much prep involved in this recipe, but what we do need is half of a large cauliflower, and keeping the stalk and florets intact, slice directly through the center and either slice it into quarters, which are obviously quite big pieces, but it can also be cut smaller if you prefer. I just find that the bigger pieces stay together better during the cooking process. Next is one fresh lime that can be sliced in half, saving half for a drink, another recipe, or use it to squeeze over the finished curry, but with the remaining half, extract the juice either using a citrus juicer or your hand, with this being used to create a beautiful acidic touch which will balance out our curry's flavour. Place a large high-rimmed pan or pot over a medium-high heat, add in 1 tablespoon or 20 milliliters of sunflower oil, then add in 2.5 teaspoons or 5.5 grams of whole cumin seeds, 2.5 teaspoons or 8 grams of yellow mustard seeds, and 2 teaspoons or 4 grams of ground turmeric. Let's then give this a good mix and toast for 45 seconds to enhance the flavour of each spice, with the cumin giving an earthy warmth, the mustard seeds creating a little spicy and slightly sweet flavour, and the turmeric creating fantastic colour and a bitter muskiness. With that out the way, add in 1 kilo or 2.2 pounds of chicken thigh, which is about 5 or 6 thighs depending on size, and with this, sear it for 2 minutes on each side, just until it's lightly golden and has picked up that beautiful golden yellow colour from the turmeric. Next to go in is 1.5 tablespoons or 32 grams of Dijon mustard for a nice sweet tang, 15 fresh or frozen curry leaves for a nice sharp bite and citrusy muskiness, 1.5 cups or 375 milliliters of chicken stock, which is going to start the curry base and help deglaze, 1 can or 400 milliliters or 14.1 ounces of coconut cream to bring the gravy together and create a beautiful fresh creamy flavour, and sea salt flakes to taste. Let's then give this a really good mix for those flavours to become friends, ensuring we break up the Dijon mustard, distributing it through the gravy, and bring this all to a heavy simmer. Once at a simmer, place in the cauliflower pieces, spreading them out throughout the pan so that they're not all bunched up. Give them a little push down to get them coated in the sauce, then bring it back to the point that it just starts to bubble around the edges, turn it off the heat, cover with a lid, and transfer to a preheated oven set at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit and cook for 1 hour undisturbed. Now 20 minutes before the curry is finished, place a saucepan over high heat and add in 1 cup or 200 grams of washed basmati rice, along with 2 cups or 500 milliliters of cold water, which is a 2-to-1 ratio of water to rice, 3 fresh or frozen lime leaves, and a small pinch of sea salt flakes to taste. Then give this a quick mix to break up any potential clumps and bring this to a boil. Once boiling, reduce the heat to low, place on a lid, and let it steam for 14 minutes undisturbed. 14 minutes later, turn it off the heat, but leave the lid on and let it finish steaming for 5 more minutes, then remove the lid, being careful of the steam, remove and discard the lime leaves as they've now created a beautiful infusion, and use a fork to fluff up the rice, then remove it from the stovetop. Going back to the curry that's been cooking for an hour, let's carefully remove it from the oven, turning it off as we no longer need it, place it back onto the stovetop or onto a heat-resistant surface, and carefully remove the lid. To this, add in the lime juice to create a nice acidic punch, which works really well with the coconut cream, giving it a gentle mix, being careful not to break up all the ingredients, also checking and adjusting seasoning levels according to taste, then remove it from the stovetop. To serve it up, place down the light and fluffy kaffir lime infused rice, then over the top, gently place down the melt-in-your-mouth chicken and cauliflower, with this recipe serving 4 depending on portion size, and of course pour over the delicious creamy coconut curry sauce, with the amount being up to you. This then leaves us with this delicious and easy to make creamy coconut chicken and cauliflower curry with that fragrant kaffir lime rice, and the only thing that's then left to do is make everything worthwhile, which is that we can then break up that soft chicken and we can then dig in.